TIFU by losing most of my penis in an accident with a belt sander. This happened about a month ago, and was completely my stupid mistake. I was using a machine at my job that had an exposed belt drive. There are clearly marked areas around this machine where you aren't supposed to stand, but people tend not to pay attention to them. I had walked into this area to pick up something I dropped and wasn't paying attention to how close I was to the spinning belt. And when I leaned over to pick it up, my pants got caught in it. It pulled me in so fast that before I could hit the shutoff, it had made a huge abrasion on my thigh and sucked in my genitals. I instantly knew from the pain that it was not good and screamed for my coworker to call 911. The ambulance thankfully got there very quickly and was able to unwind the belt and take me to the hospital. The end of my dick was completely shredded and the surgeon had no choice but to amputate about half of it. It hurt extremely badly for about a week, and only stopped being sore just recently. Getting the catheter and stitches taken out after 3 weeks was also really painful and embarrassing. Been trying to keep my mind off of it since then, but I'm obviously pretty sad about the whole situation. I'm only 19 and am having a hard time imagining the rest of my life without my little buddy. I still haven't completely gotten over the initial shock. I'm trying to cope somewhat and accept things by talking about it here. Ask any questions or give any advice you want. I'd appreciate it, thanks. TL. Dear was stupid around heavy machinery. Got the tip of my dick ripped off. You need to seek professional counseling for help with this. That really sucks. I really hope you had a 12 inches schlong and now only have 6 inches left. Definitely stay in touch with a urologist and maybe even get an opinion of a plastic surgeon. They can do amazing things these days and can maybe help out at some point. Also, I second the idea of a counselor. Even if you are okay at the moment, it will come in handy. So sorry dude. It's so fucking easy to do something careless. Something that you've probably done many times before without consequence, and have your life completely change in a split second. Could happen to anyone. Well, actually, I'm a girl, so fortunately I can't get my dick shredded, but ya know what I'm saying. I wish you a speedy recovery. I'm really sorry. Not that this is much consolation, but thank you for sharing your story. People don't realize how insanely powerful and deadly heavy machinery is. I hope someone somewhere reads this and is a little safer next time they are at work. Wishing you the best. Definitely talk to a professional. Just to make you feel better. At least you enjoyed it for a few years. Mine was so small from the beginning. You'll get through this, dude. Thumbs up. Don't publish any pics. Once they're in the public domain, you can't sell them. Genuinely. I expect a health and safety company would pay for pics of the injury for their training material. That's crazy. My heart goes out to you, man. Very few TIFU posts make me genuinely feel for the subject, and the FU part doesn't carry the longevity of your post. Get counseling and anything else that can help you on your recovery. I wish you all the best, my man. That's extremely traumatic. Possible more so to your mental health than your physical in the long run. I highly urge you to seek out a mental health professional and get out in front of any unrealized issues. Used to work in a metal shop in Baltimore that had lots of exposed belts. Glad I never had this experience. So sorry for you and your dick, buddy. Best of luck to you. Let this go as a lesson to anyone who uses the phrase, "It's health and safety gone mad," but I do feel for you, dude. Hey man, my fiance's friend's mom's boyfriend has no frankenbeans at all. You'll be just fine, my man. First, this really sucks. And I hope things get better. Second, do look at professional help, as this is something a pro can help you get through. I do want to say that, while it might be hard to see right now, you can get through your life without it. Relationships are still possible. And yes, there are people who will want to be with you. Sex isn't everything to everyone. I wish you the best. And remember, that life can still be a great experience for you. Try to enjoy life instead of focusing on what you might be missing out on. I say that as someone who has done that a lot. Best wishes. I'm sorry you're going through this. Someone else mentioned seeking a therapist. I would 100% advise you do that. I know this is a very traumatic time. While I can't know your pain, I feel for you and wish you the best in life. I'm assuming they gave you painkillers for the pain of this event. If not, feel free to ignore the rest of this. Do not let the sweet release, physical and mental, of those seduce you. I'm not telling you to throw them away or anything. Just be responsible and take what you need. This is a path I have seen many go down and walked myself, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I have lost many beautiful people that I loved dearly on that path. You're not much older than I was when I took my first step. Keep track of how many you take. And if you find yourself about to take more, ask yourself, when was my last dose? Am I really in pain? Can I wait till my next dose or longer? I'm sorry for the wall of text, so I'll leave it there. I'm free for a while if you have any question, but I think I gave the best tips I have at the moment. I've heard that some amputees can still feel their limb once it's amputated. Can you feel your missing phantom 3 inches? Please consider. You're still in shock. You've had a major accident. You may be trying to reduce further trauma by not thinking about this too much. What would future you want you to do? In 10 years' time, if you've missed the opportunity to apply for your rightful entitlement to compensation, you may regret the decision to be so stoic. In fact, I'm sensing your acceptance may actually be sadness and defeat. You are worthy of the right to compensation. You are absolutely correct. This isn't about money. However, consider this. You meet a beautiful woman who loves all of you, even the part that is missing. You have a child. That gorgeous little being becomes ill or has needs that a nest egg of compensation could help with. You cannot foresee the future. But I promise, you will feel the sting of regret for what you missed if the time comes you need it. Do this for your future soulmate, your current soulmate, your family. You are worth every penny. Your employer carries insurance to cover this. This is what it is for. You're still in shock. It's okay to hand over the decision making to someone who puts you first when you're in a place where you can't. You matter. Future you matters. I am so sorry. I cannot imagine the psychological roller coaster that must be. Maybe you already know this, but I was just curious and found out there are reconstruction surgeries that are sexually functional. Might be something workers' comp could cover, or at the very least I imagine some strangers on GoFundMe would support you. Also, I seriously recommend therapy. It's so easy to associate gender and identity and purpose and pleasure with specific body parts. It's 100% okay and natural to grieve the loss, but it's also important to know you're still you and as much a insert gender pronoun you identify with as you were before this happened, and there's a million ways to live a meaningful, happy life regardless of this one trauma. Don't feed the troll. Dude is lying. Workers' compensation reporting would be mandatory by his employer here. He would already be getting paid for this injury, as that part is also mandatory for any work related injuries. Doesn't matter if it was up to code or not either, as there should be tag in, tag out procedures. Don't feed the troll. The only worst till I've seen is the one where the guy said he bled because his GF's vagina squeezed while he came. Also, masturbation to completion after an amputation weeks ago? Okay, guy. That is just an agonizing story. I'm so sorry you've gone through that. It sounds as if the doctors took good care of you. And I'm glad the healing went well. I figure at your age, your greatest fears are of being accepted as you are by your partners of interest, and being able to satisfy them physically. To address the first fear, I would say that we all have imperfections. Whether it's heavy skin blemishes, cottage cheese thighs, unappealing labia, I hear about this one a lot, or a penis that doesn't get larger than a chub. Believe me, if someone's truly into you, they will not be completely put off by this. And secondly, the fear of satisfying them physically? I've been with many people over my lifetime, and it's a scant few who are actually able to manage that with just their natural organs. Or half of one, as it were. Sex is more than just two pairs of sex organs meeting over and over. It's about using your lips, hands, I guess, feet. I'll just stop there. I think talking to a therapist would be helpful. Maybe not necessary long term, but just to help you settle into the reality of your new life and to come out with a positive outlook. I wish you nothing but the best, friend.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.